Hello everybody and welcome to the J72 Gaming channel. My name is Jacob and you can just call me Jay here. Today I wanted to play some City Skylines and I thought, how do I make it kind of tie into the channel's themes here with dinosaurs, which are the games we usually cover on this channel. And I thought, you know what, let's have some fun. Let's build a town that looks like dinosaurs. So I'm going to have all the major roads here out of the shape of dinosaurs. You can see here I went and did my best on a sauropod here. And I'm thinking as we go throughout the series of episodes here, we're gonna have maybe like a pterodactyl down here, and we can extend to having like big T-Rex or whatever over there. I don't know. We're gonna kind of just play it by ear and kind of see if I can actually manage to get this to work. Now, this game is awesome, and if I'm the first video you've watched from this game, wow, where have you been? This game is absolutely, easily the best city builder in my eyes that is out there on the market right now by quite a landslide. I do want to say that I am on a modded map, so some things are going to be a little bit different. This is a modded map. I think it's called Mashupa. It's got a kind of funny name, but I'll link it down in the description if you guys want to play on this map too. But the cool thing is I've got some mods running on this, so I can zoom all the way out, and this kind of gives us a look at the territory. You can see here we've got kind of like a big grass area, a big kind of, it's like deserty over here almost, a bit more arid. And then up here it's very yellow, but I think it's the design choice to make it kind of look like snow. There is snow in this game, but you have to play like a full map of snow. So anyway, that's why that's there. But yeah, we'll have a kind of a, hopefully a sprawling multi-city area. I went ahead and named this island area just Dinotopia, but every little city is going to have their own name. Like the Sauropod, we'll name it like, I don't know, Sauropod City would be the easiest thing on my mind to think of. Okay, but first and foremost, the beginning of the games can be kind of difficult, and I've actually lost it quite a few times. So I'd made a save to make sure that we get through this, but what makes the beginning of the game difficult is you don't want to grow too fast, because if you have too much population and too many buildings, you're going to run out of electricity. And electricity can be pretty rough money-wise, because you can tell down here I have 26,000. I spent it on a lot of roads here. So just to make the design. So we're gonna go ahead and try to make this work. I'm thinking we start off with just some simple, maybe 2 windmills there. You can tell the dark green here that the windmills do much better because they're right on the slope here, which is pretty sweet. Then the next thing we need to worry about is water and sewage. Now the thing about this map is you can see my starting square here is actually out of the ocean area. This connects over to what is considered the ocean, and that's gonna be an issue. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to use just kind of some, like a lot of water towers, and as far as sewage goes, we're gonna have to have inland water treatment plants. So let's go ahead and get a few of these up and running. And where else but to put the sewage and all the nasty stuff, but down here at the tail end, if you will, of the sauropod. So this whole area is going to get kind of nasty with sewer, and I'm thinking we just generally keep our industry section down here and maybe some commercial up the neck of the dinosaur here, and we'll have people kind of live over here by the head. And actually that eyeball is a really good place to put a water tower. Let's go ahead and I want to keep the rows so it actually looks like an eye, but yeah, we'll go ahead and put this right, I don't know, maybe right there. That'll get it started. Okay, let me go ahead and connect all these pipes up. Okay, I went ahead and ran some electrical lines here, as well as check the pipes. You can see that they're just going minimalistic right now. I don't have that much money, so we're actually going to have to kind of build in the areas where we do have water and do have electricity and kind of build up from there. So let's go ahead and start making kind of the first neighborhood. I got about $3,000 to work with, and I think I'm going to use those for kind of some off-roads here. I want to make like the main body of all the dinosaur art to be the big roads, right? Like the main city roads. And even though they're kind of janky all over the place, traffic's going to be an issue, and we'll have to figure out. It'll be a fun challenge of the video, right? Or the video series here to kind of make traffic work. But that's just going to be the outline. I think all the other roads, I'm still going to try to make the city kind of look cool and generally, be a functional city. So let's go ahead and start kind of drawing a little bit of a neighborhood out of this head area. And I'm thinking we just kind of go straight out from here. Maybe at like this angle here. Not going to worry about it too much, but we do want to make sure that we get a decent bit of land space for all the houses to kind of pop up on. Maybe we'll go ahead and let's see, we'll go down from here. Maybe that can be like a little cul-de-sac. We can build a house on the left side, save the right for the other places, and we'll just kind of keep this trend going. Oh, I'm out of money already. Okay, yeah, right. That is what I'm talking about. I get so distracted drawing the roads and stuff. That's how I always lose these city skylines. Okay, well, let's give some city planning underway. So we have. Oh, okay. I'm already kind of worried about that electricity over there not being where the water is, but I think we can make it work if we kind of do something like this. So let's have people move in here. We'll have this whole side be an area with people living. And hopefully, trying to put these where we have water. Hopefully that'll be a good start just to kind of get the city up and running. I had to put some houses over here so that the electricity will jump over. But anyway, I'm going to go hit play here. And get some houses popping up already. The Cozy Residence. You know what? We'll make that a historical building because this is the first building we have in the entire city. Besides the the inland water treatment plant over there. But yeah, here we go. This is also one of my favorite parts about this game is just kind of watching everybody drive in the first time and having all the cities, all the buildings, excuse me, pop up in the city. Just kind of cool, you know. It's like you're playing God, and you get to kind of sit back and watch as everything grows. I do have a bunch of camera mods, so I can get a lot lower than normal, which is really cool. And I can also, once we start getting people, I can actually drop us into first person, which is pretty sweet. So those will all be super handy. But I need people to move in here so I can start taxing them for a little bit of money here. You can see we're negative 1,000 a week, which is not a good start at all. But we'll go ahead and get a few guys in there. And then let's get kind of some commercial zones going up in here. And then eventually we'll probably put some of these down here. In fact, just so it branches over, it's going to be a little bit weird, but that'll help our electricity stretch over there while we have no money. I can actually take a loan out very soon. But I think I need a certain amount of population before we unlock that. So it's going to be a rough start. And like I said, I have failed this multiple times, especially when I spend a lot of money on roads. So hopefully I don't have to restart, but let me get us to a stable spot here. Okay, we're having some issues here. The people over without the water are obviously complaining, and some of the things are going abandoned. But I think we're getting there. It is slowly going down as far as like the negative, right? So we're starting to make a profit here. Rough start for sure, but I think I can kind of crawl myself out of this before I get too negative. I think eventually it does say like, hey, you've lost, right? But I'll see what I can do. Okay, what is good is that you can see down here the demand. It's kind of demanding for more industry, which is a good way to get money. So these are really small plots. I think I will eventually probably replace them with something better, right? Maybe like a plaza or something, and we'll really try to like maximize the space here and only have like big squares like this actually functioning buildings. But right now it's gonna, you know, get me some funds, at least a little bit here while we just try to pull ourselves out of negative. But we're getting close. We're getting real close. And there we go. Into the positive. Okay. Starting to stabilize. Now I just got to run enough time for our bank balance to be in the positive, and then I can go in here and actually finish up the pipelines to everywhere, and then we should really, really be able to kind of start cranking out the city. Okay, guys, while we are kind of cranking out some money here, let me show off the first-person camera. So right here, I've got clicked on, let's pause it real quick, on Charles Harris here. He resides at the Oriental Residence, so he lives in town. He's a guard at Frank's Fish Stick Factory, which is probably one of those struggling factories over there. But if I go ahead and unpause here, and then click that one first and then unpause, you can see the first person mode. So with the car, it brings you really low to the ground, and with a person, I can show you in just a second, it really is like first person view, right? I think it's really cool. It's a really interesting mod. It's been around for a while. It's nothing new, but it adds a lot of cool angles to the city, right? And once I start kind of decorating places with custom trees and like planter boxes and, you know, making things actually look like a real city as much as I can, it's really cool. You know, it gives you like here's the first look at driving up our sauropod's head, you know what I mean? It's just kind of it's a cool angle. I really enjoy it. So yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at you know, the view from this angle quite a lot in this series, because I'm a big fan of that. Well, of course, also zooming out and realizing, oh, we've got a sauropod. Okay, but let me crank out that money, and I'm gonna go to ×3 speed here, and let's get that into the positive. All right, check that out. Added a little bit more people, and we finally reached Little Hamlet, the first milestone, which actually, if you look down at my money, gave me a bit of money to work with. So we're good now. We are in the clear. We have unlocked taxes, loans, garbage, healthcare, education, landfill, elementary school, medical clinic, recycling center, and a community school. And the way I like to play this game, guys, is slow and steady. And I don't mean that as far as like, oh, this content's going to be so slow, we're not going to see anything happen. But what I mean is like, I tried to make sure I have a landfill, an elementary school, a medical clinic, recycling center, and a community school pretty much before I reach the next check mark or checkpoint, and it unlocks other things. Doesn't always work that way, exactly, but basically I'd rather more time goes on and I get more money to put down the utilities that my town needs before expanding into new territories, adding new neighborhoods, new districts, and stuff like that. So we are looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it here. Now that we have money, I can go ahead and deck out this place with enough water for the rest of the time. Just kind of connect all these pipes here. It doesn't have to be clean. I will do this though, just to kind of make this line good. And we'll go down here, and this covers pretty much all of our sauropod. Go ahead and no, you know what? That can stay unwatered for now. Let's go ahead and make sure we have enough electricity. We are reaching. Oh, I'm glad I checked. We are barely reaching enough availability there. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this down, which is going to be all of our money. But I'm fairly certain as soon as I hit play here, we will be able to see our money kind of go up over time. I'm going to hit ×3 here again. As everybody gets happy, you all have water, right? Oh, you almost all have water. Hold on. Wait for it. Hold on. Space already occupied. What are you talking about? Oh, over there. I see. Okay, cool. Now you have water. All right, check that out. All our abandoned houses that were pissed off that they didn't have any water. People are coming back. They're rebuilding. Excellent. Okay. All right, our little town's coming together. I like it. But of course, in the early game, they're always going to complain about something, and now they want trash. So let's go ahead and go down here and look at our trash, which I believe it is in healthcare. No, it's in garbage and industry. So we need to make, how much is this? 4,000? Not too much. Go ahead and hit ×3 again to get that up and running. Now, I really kind of want to buy this plot so we can make more industry down here, but I think that's just not going to happen for a while, because I think once we start expanding, this is way later once we're bigger, I think I'm probably going to take this tile so we get access to the sea. But down here will be a good place to build another giant dinosaur city, which is really cool. So I'm thinking for now, pretty much the whole body here is going to be our industry section. Kind of like they come in off the highway and take a right, and that'll be the industry. And then if they take a left, they got to go through, I can make like a commercial downtown area here on the neck, and then probably go up, and this will be the cozy neighborhood that people get to live in. It's really important in this game to kind of isolate your factories, because you want the different traffic to go different ways, right? Like I'm going to only want like there, you see my truck goes right, people going to work go right, but everybody else kind of goes left. And what you really don't want is people having to go through a factory zone to go between shopping and their house. You want those to be next to each other, and factories have to go to the commercial districts to drop off the goods, and you don't want them going through your residential zone. So it's kind of just a good layout to keep those separate. But as I've been talking, we have accrued enough money, so let's go ahead and get a landfill here. Like I said, let's drop it kind of down here by the sewage, just to kind of keep all the nasty stuff as far away as possible. That does take away some of our industry, but I think we will be fine. And now, finally, I think we have a moment to kind of breathe. We're making some cash, $1,000 per tick or whatever. So let's go ahead and finish this neighborhood like I was doing earlier, and just kind of make it a little bit more functional. So I want that to be an isolated cul-de-sac, but I do think I want this to connect here, and that can make kind of a cozy little neighborhood here. And I'll probably keep this not having roads in it, simply because it looks kind of cool being a sauropod and whatnot. This is a good spot for one more road, a little offshoot there, can have space for some cities. And maybe off the back of the neck here, we can go over here. Yeah, and go down here, just kind of, not gonna worry about it too much. Why can't I build that? What is it occupied by? Oh, just an abandoned building. Oh, the historical building. Oh no! It won't let us destroy our firstly built one. Okay. I wonder if people will ever move in that, or if that will forever be Just a historical abandoned building. That's pretty funny. I'll keep this here. The cozy residence. Yeah, I don't know how cozy it is anymore, but that's here to stay. We'll have to get used to that one abandoned icon. That's hilarious. Okay, well let's make a street right next to it if it's gonna be here forever. We'll go ahead and straighten this out. Let's go ahead and pause while I finagle this real quick. We'll get that in there, and then we gotta make sure that this goes back to giving them electricity. All right. Okay, I went ahead and added all of the green needed in this area, so we're going to be getting a lot of population. So right now I just kind of want to ×3 speed it and just chill, just relax for a little bit, let the city breathe, let it catch up, let it realize that it has all the utilities that it wants, and I want to make enough money that I have kind of a safe reserve, right? You never really want zero, because then you can end up breaking the game, and you can't actually rule a game over if you don't have money and you don't have power, and your city kind of breaks down. It can happen. But if you play it safe, like I said, go slow, just be careful with what you do, and have a cash reserve. You can stay pretty safe in this game, and it's pretty hard to lose in that case. We are going to have traffic issues in the city, 100%. So later down the road, once we start unlocking, boom, just like that, on cue, start unlocking new things, eventually we are going to be getting some buses and some other forms of transportation, which are going to be huge, not only within this sauropod city, but as we expand out to some of the other dinosaur themed cities that we will have going around. So we also just unlocked forest specialization and agriculture. Let's take a moment and kind of look at what we've got going here in the top left with the layers. Go ahead and click natural resources. This shows off everything we have to work with. Immediately I'm noticing we have a ton of ore. Look at that. Down there is a really good ore area that we could get up and running. There's also a bit of oil too, which is not bad. Even more oil up here, and some incredibly dense fertile ground. Okay, so yeah, this gives me some ideas. If we did expand north, that gives us water. That actually gives us a little bit of ore and oil right here by the water, which is going to pollute it, which might not be the best in the long run. But that is good to know that when I expand further, I can get ore and oil. And hopefully we are further enough along in the milestones and the population growth that we actually have those industries unlocked. If not, we could maybe, let's check that out one more time. Maybe we can grab a little bit of forestry, kind of in here. There's not a whole lot, but we could finagle a thin line of forest, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. All right, got the rest of our water pipes situated. Kind of an interesting, like, pipeline. It goes, at an angle, then it goes up. It kind of matches the sauropod. Definitely jankily done. Okay, so we need a bunch of industry. So I think I'm going to shift back over to this industry side and try to kind of clean it up a bit. It's an absolute mess. But like I said, I kind of want everything to the right here to be industry. So the cutoff's kind of like, I don't know, right here or so. We don't really want anything industry to the left of, like, more or less this line. But I'm thinking the body will be our industry zone. So let's go ahead and work on that. I'm going to branch off of one of these legs here and just kind of connect up with the rest of the roads. I think that sounds good to me. And maybe we just kind of grid out the body? What I mean by grid is just go out in a smart kind of square fashion as much as we can, right? Like maybe take this up. That feels good to me. And I would normally do medium roads, right? Because you want high traffic flow in your areas with industry, but to stay true to my dinosaur challenge here, I'm only going to use the large roads for the outlines of the cities, and that'll make it really cool once we, once the city grows, you can see everything gets a little bit bigger on the bigger roads than off the road, so you'll still see the outline of the dinosaurs, which is, the whole point of doing this. So let's go ahead and just kind of finish this up, I guess. We'll make this... want to avoid intersections with 4 ways, so like doing something like this isn't super good. So maybe we just, here, come off of here. Yeah, we'll do this, kind of mirror it like that. That's pretty good. Actually gives us a big area there for something later. A big building or some sort can go right there. Okay, but for now, let's go ahead and pump up some more factories. Let's go ahead and we'll probably save that for trash. Well, actually, no, it won't be able to fit. So yeah, those can go there. And we'll get these up and running here. We don't want to go too much. Again, slow and steady means you're nice and safe, and you can kind of watch your desire here, your demand kind of rise and fall while still staying positive in the money. All right, time for some more ×3. Okay, next on the to-do list, power. We have already run out of more power. So there is the coal power plant, which could be a route for us to go. It would half our income, but it would give us enough kind of power that we don't really have to worry about it for quite a while. And as much as I hate how much ground pollution the coal power plant costs, and late game, if you have a lot of them, it costs a lot of money because you got to buy the ore if you don't have it yourself. As much as I hate all of that, I think I am just going to go with it right now, because at the start of the game, it can be pretty beneficial if you can keep up with the cost. So let's go ahead and precariously put it right here at the at the edge of this cliff. That seems safe. It looks kind of cool though. It's a good vista view. I like that. Okay, but now, so we're almost broke, but we're still making some cash. Let's check out our electricity. Available is, we're producing 64 and we're only consuming 27, so we're great. We are good for quite a while. We are having some crime issue. And these issues are going to pop up until we have one of everything, one of a healthcare, one of the emergency service, and one of fire services. Definitely going to be an issue. But it does look like crime might be the most needed thing at the start. And I'm thinking I put all the kind of civil services, kind of like right here, kind of in the middle, kind of around where the commercial zones are, but still accessible to, you know, our neighborhood over here. Oh, there's also something we should do. Let's go ahead and name our areas here. So let's go ahead and kind of get a big district out over here. This will be the residential zone. Goes to about there or so. Get out of my way, notification wall. The Twitter, basically. I think that's an unlock I did too. I think I gave like a hipster skin to my Twitter bird up there. But yeah, let's go ahead and draw this out. Now, the district side of this game is so much fun. I really like it. I love that you can make new policies and kind of make them abide to different laws based off of what you're trying to get done. Let's go ahead and make that look good. Let's actually double check this. Where does it end? It ends right there. Let's go ahead and make sure those houses get into it. Nice and gentle. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and name this place. Okay, so this is called Cold Ridge Park by default. And what I normally do with naming conventions, I usually keep like the descriptive part, right? Like this says park, and there might be like avenue or heights or something. I usually just keep that, and then think of a creative word right here. So we're gonna go with Long Neck Park. Whoops. I cannot spell apparently today, or type. There we go. Long Neck Park. And that's going to be where people live, right? So, you know, yeah, I'm from Long Neck Park, you know, up the neck. And then I'm not sure what I want to call the commercial district yet, but I do know what I want the area down here to be, the factory. And I've said this a lot of times on this channel. A big reason that this channel's mascot is a sauropod is because I'm a big fan of the sauropods from Land Before Time. So to respect Littlefoot over here, we're gonna, oh my god, I can't type. Littlefoot, what do they call it? Square. Littlefoot Square. And that's because it's also down here by the feet. So that'll work for that. And for the commercial zone, let's have Sorrow. Let's do the Sorrow Heights. Because again, it's oh my god, I just cannot spell today. The Sorrow Heights. Nice. All right, now we have a massive crime issue, so I'm gonna hit play here, and hopefully that doesn't get too out of control before I can get a cop center up. We need 12,000. Okay, let's make 12,000. Hey, that's a great way to make 12,000. All right, congratulations. We have achieved a population of 1,300. We are a tiny town, and this is where the game really starts opening up. Look at all the stuff it gave us. So we can do parks, we can do different industry areas, like actual industry areas, and a whole bunch of new policies that we might take a look at. Some new roads, a fishing route, some canals. Yeah. All the good stuff. Okay. bunch of new basically parks, parks and a little bit of industry. But that gave us enough money to go ahead and get a police department here. So let's go ahead and get a police department right here. And you can see by the green, the area that it covers, and it doesn't actually cover over there. So we're gonna solve that. We're gonna make a road. I'm thinking right here, right in front of the cop center. Can you let me do that, game? Sometimes it doesn't want to work. There we go. That'll work. Only destroy one house. This neighbor's not very happy, but hey, sorry, bro. And what that will do is allow the flow of traffic for all of our civil services buildings to actually be able to kind of cut through. So now if I go ahead and click on the police department, you can see that it's green all over because they can easily cut down there and go up here. And they actually pretty much cover everywhere. The edge is a little bit light, but we should be fine. It even covers a good half of the factory, so that should help us a lot for the beginning of the game until we can get like the big police headquarters later down the road. Okay, but we're doing great. So I'm gonna dive in straight and get a firehouse as well, and we'll put that one kind of here on the inside road. I like that. Okay, guys, and now that we have placed our first more or less permanent houses, right? These ones come and go with just the basic zoning. I do like to decorate a little bit. Now, I don't go crazy, but I do like to kind of have a theme of trees and kind of make the city, you know, look unique. I might have different trees for every different city that we have here. So you can tell here we've already got, I don't know, what are those kind of like some sort of pines, maybe like aspen pines. So let's go ahead and try to kind of look for similar ones here. I do have a lot of modded trees in here. I just kind of get a lot of different maps and they require different types of trees to be placed. Cannot create any more objects of this. Oh no! Have they? Uh-oh. Wow, okay. That is unfortunate. I might have to, in the downtime between episodes, go around and delete some of these trees. What you're seeing there is there's a limit to how many custom trees you can have on a map, and it seems that the creator of this custom map has used all of them, which means I'm not going to be able to put any custom trees down. Like, you know, I was going to make this place look pretty good. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go through and delete about a few hundred, but I think just for the time being, I will delete this area right here, and that'll give us a few trees to work with. So let me go ahead and get to that. All right, I went and thinned it out. You can barely tell that anything's missing, but that allows us now to go in here and make it look a little bit cooler. So let's go ahead and try to figure out some trees here that we like. This one's not bad, a short pine, and then I guess that we'd have a regular pine too. What else do we got? Mangroves. Those are pretty nice. Those are tall. I like that. Basically, we are going to have, let's zoom out for a bit and talk meta, talk end game, right? We're basically going to have a really forested area, so this will have a lot of pine trees and really dense trees. I do want to just kind of replicate what they've got going on here, but I might throw in a little bit bigger stuff too. Oh, this is pretty much more or less the same type of tree. Anyway, that'll be this green area, and it'll be the beginning of the game. And then eventually we can go up here, we can have some snow trees, and, you know, make a cool, maybe like a snow-themed dinosaur some way or somehow. And then over here we will have not many trees at all, really small trees, and probably maybe throw in some cactuses or two or something like that. I don't know. I could always download a new pack with like cactuses and stuff like that, just so we can get more detailed, right? Because the trees really liven up your city when you're getting going. Okay, so what I'm thinking with these is I like, maybe not the big pine right now. Let's go ahead and knock that out, but I do like the short pine. So let's go ahead and just kind of dot it around, and it gives it just a little bit of life. Get rid of those. And over here, do a little bit of that. And again, nothing too crazy. Maybe get a regular one over here. And we'll get a tall one in the back. Why not? Sure. It looks kind of like basic right now, but once we have a full city going around it, these trees would normally disappear, and so it's really good to put some custom trees in there now and then. We'll go and adjust them over time and yeah, keep it going. All right, now what I want to do is we put a new... Let's see what this area looks like. Can we find... Actually, let's find a person, and I can show you guys what the walking looks like. This guy, Raymond Wilson. All right, Raymond. How's your day looking? Check that out. All right, yeah. Town, look at that. Brand new building coming up. Hello, sir. I hope he takes a right. I would love to walk past the new... Oh, he did? Yeah, you go, Raymond. Okay, that tree kind of gets into the gets into our way on the sidewalk there a little bit, but yeah, pretty cool. I love this first person mode. It really kind of brings the city to life, you know. There's the cop center. Oh, he's going to the cop center. Raymond, he's an operator at the cop. All right, it was the cop we were following, going to work. Very cool, very cool. Whoa, check this out, guys. Look over there. There's something glowing really green. It's finally nighttime. I was just kind of like letting the game run a bit to make some money. What is this? Let's go check this out. What in the world? Oh, it's like a haunted Stonehenge. What? That's pretty cool. I have always wanted to go to Stonehenge. It's kind of just like some rocks by the side of the road, but I don't know. It's still kind of like a world wonder and whatnot. It's kind of cool. That's interesting. Yeah, so this creator has made a lot of like interesting little spots. Like you can see over here, there's like a, well, sorry, camera's clipping. You can see like there's a nice little castle up here with the road. So unfortunately, it is going to say we're always out of water, sewage, and you know it's having issues because it's not hooked up to anything. But yeah, there's some cool little Easter eggs hidden out and about, and I just really appreciate kind of the level of detail. Right, obviously it's a bajillion trees, so they went ham on that. But it's got just kind of cooler features, you know, like this road's gonna be really cool once we have like a building up here and such. So should be a lot of fun. I also do have the mod where once we unlock the final tile, which I think is the 9th tile, something like that, we'll have a very large city by that end. Instead of unlocking the 9th, because usually the game only allows you to have 9 tiles, I have a mod that will give us all 25, so we'll be able to build anywhere on the map, so that'll be pretty cool. Also, check that out. That's pretty. Damn, Cities Skylines, you looking good. And a brand new day. Awesome. Okay, we also have made just enough money for me to get the last thing I wanted before I kind of sit back and really let it build. Okay, whew. Thunderstorm. That terrified me. Okay, I thought it was going to be an earthquake or something. A thunderstorm is battering the city. Scary. Oh my. Okay, the thunderstorms aren't actually that bad. They do cause a lot of forest fires, which is something we'll have to be wary of, but some of the other disasters can absolutely destroy your city. They drop meteors, they drop tornadoes, there's tsunamis, whole bunch of disasters, which are relatively new into the game. As far as me, I've only played with them a little bit a few hours, so they're a lot of fun. I'm kind of excited for the town to get wrecked, let's be real. Like, that's a big side of this game. But oh my gosh, is it loud in my ears. I don't see any forest fires yet. Oh, there's a fire. Let's go take a look at that. Zapped whatever this was. That's no longer a tree. Okay, but there's not a whole lot of trees around our city, so we don't really have to worry about like a massive forest fire just absolutely blazing the entire area. There is one over here, another one. That's not bad. Okay, but I think generally we're okay. So in this chaos, let's go ahead and build a medical center, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna kind of put it over here at the central location across the street from the fire station. That'll make those guys nice and safe and healthy. Okay. Now I'm gonna hit ×3 and wait out this storm, and I'll be back with you guys. Probably with a few good $20,000-$30,000 of cash. We should be kind of sitting pretty and have a nice, safe backlog of cash. Oh, gosh. I was just kind of chilling here, making money. And I was like, why are we having a power outage? What's wrong with the water? And then I realized our coal plant caught fire. Not good, but luckily fire trucks was on the scene quicker than I even was, to be honest. Like, thanks, guys. Thanks for doing your job. Ooh, it was a bit risky, though, for a minute, that's for sure. All right, guys. So I've been letting it run for a little bit. You might be like, but you only have $10,000. Yeah, I might have built some roads, too. But I think I've got more or less kind of the game plan for the rest of the episode here, and we're just going to kind of watch this whole city just really come alive all of a sudden. So I think there's a little bit more work I want to do down here, but I think I'm going to save that for later, because this area up here, I'll go ahead and open the districts for us again, you can see that Long Neck Park has kind of extended around the central area of the Sorrow Heights. This is going to be our commercial zone, and where I put, like I said, a lot of the civil service areas. And I don't like four-way intersections, but I figured that these three are kind of okay because this is mainly, I imagine this is downtown, right? We might even kind of move, like these houses might get get kicked out of their land and kind of pushed off over here, or maybe just over here, because yeah, I can see this being the hot spot of the whole sauropod city here. So let's go ahead, and now this is risky, and I know this is risky. In fact, it's so risky, I'm gonna save game real quick. Yeah, let's go ahead and overwrite that, just in case this completely flops. But what I want to do here is I want to basically make it explode. So we're going to add a little bit of everything right now. We're going to go ahead and make this all green. So we're going to get people living all over here. And I want to pick the ones that like aren't at the edge, right? Like that, those end up looking stupid in my opinion. And I like leaving areas open too. So like might be a park later, might be a graveyard, you know, it's good to leave yourself some options. But yeah, basically all of this, bar those kind of ugly spots, are going to be houses. I think that looks good. And then we're going to come in here with a commercial zone, and we're going to make this place come alive. This should really bring a lot of money into our area, and should really kind of fuel the future of the city. Now, I'm thinking here is like a little half commercial, and then this is where the factory really kicks over. So let's go ahead and make all this factory here. Now, factory does kind of make the ground crap. That's why we put it at the back of the dinosaur. But it's needed. It really is needed. Especially early game, it doesn't really matter too much if you pollute the ground. It just really kind of comes back to bite you if you plan things improperly. Like, you don't want people living near your factories. This is kind of cutting it close, but they should be more or less all right. They just get sick more, basically, which is not a good thing, because then you end up having problems with dead people. Okay, so that looks good, and maybe those two right there. All right. Now this is the awkward area because it doesn't really fill in the space. You see, like, it's really small factories instead of the big square ones. The big square ones I like better, but I don't think it really matters. I think the output in this game is based off of like how many literal squares, right? So like this one gives an output of 9 or whatever. This one gives an output of 6, and so this one is bigger, but it, like, doesn't really matter, right? But anyway, we'll keep that open for visuals for now. Okay, let's go ahead and watch this city grow. Let's actually put it in ×1 speed here, and kind of take a close look. I like watching the city grow. Oh, actually, this is a good time to show you the cinematic camera. Check this out. I can push this, and it just gives us some cool cinematic angles, which I will be using for the outro of all of these episodes. So enjoy like a minute or two of that at the end of every episode here. But yeah, just checking it out right now live is pretty cool. You just get to watch some stuff building. Oh, there goes the city, or a building. There goes the city. There goes the building being built right now. Very cool. There's our police department, our fire station, and our it's the center of town right now. Right now, that's basically Main Street. Very cool. All right, one more. Where is this? At the tail, the very tail end of the sauropod. That's hilarious. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna start the outro here. This is basically gonna be episode 1, as you see our city exploding in the background. Also, our profits up to 3,000, so this worked very well. The city is ready to go, ready to start getting some unique factory districts, and honestly ready to start expanding down here to a potential new dinosaur for next episode. So let me know what dinosaur you guys would want to see down there. Could be kind of fun hearing some of your ideas, and as we go through with the series, I want them to be kind of themed, right? So maybe if we have like a pteranodon here stretching its wings left and right, the pteranodon can focus solely on being like a tourist zone, right? Maybe we cross the border over here and there's a lot of forests, so we can build a triceratops, and that is the triceratops is the entire forest industry. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do stuff like that, and of course late game we can make a brand new city like way over here out of a giant T-Rex, and it'd be more end game with more you know, more end game stuff, so more like transportation and bigger buildings and expensive roads and stuff like that. But right now we're just chilling here in Dinotopia with the sauropod and getting it all up and running. Looks like we're running out of water, so I'm gonna need to quickly buy another water. Let's go ahead and pull up this one right here. That looks like a place where a water tower would be. Right there. We'll go ahead and connect it up too. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be this episode. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are curious about the future of this map here of Dinotopia. I'm having a blast recording this series already. I really enjoy this game, and I'd love to share my enjoyment of it with you guys. So yeah, let me know what you want to see. Some dinosaurs, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. But guys, if you want to subscribe, that would be a huge help to me, and I would be forever, eternally grateful. I'm just like watching. I'm going to pause it. You know what? I'm going to pause because we're getting some power issues and a whole bunch of nonsense that's going to start cropping up really quick. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave you with a few cinematic angles of the city, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like it and help me out with those YouTube things. All right, guys. Enjoy. Peace.